Turkey is located in a region where several tectonic plates converge, including the Eurasian, Arabian, and African plates. As a result, it is an area of high seismic activity, and earthquakes have been a frequent occurrence throughout history. The country has experienced several significant earthquakes that have caused loss of life and extensive damage to infrastructure. One of the deadliest earthquakes in Turkey's history occurred in 1939 in the eastern city of Erzincan. The earthquake, with a magnitude of 7.8 on the Richter scale, resulted in the deaths of more than 30,000 people and caused extensive damage to buildings and infrastructure in the region. The earthquake was caused by the collision of the Eurasian and Arabian plates. Another devastating earthquake occurred in 1999 in the western city of Izmir, located near Istanbul. The earthquake had a magnitude of 7.4 on the Richter scale and resulted in the deaths of more than 17,000 people. The earthquake caused extensive damage to buildings and infrastructure in the region, including bridges, highways, and factories. The earthquake occurred on the North Anatolian Fault, one of the most active fault lines in Turkey. In 2011, another significant earthquake occurred in the eastern city of Van, with a magnitude of 7.2 on the Richter scale. The earthquake resulted in the deaths of more than 600 people and caused extensive damage to buildings and infrastructure in the region. The earthquake occurred on the East Anatolian Fault, which is also a major fault line in Turkey. Over the years, Turkey has implemented several measures to reduce the impact of earthquakes on the population and infrastructure. One of the most significant efforts has been the development of earthquake-resistant building codes and regulations. These codes specify the minimum design standards that buildings must meet to withstand earthquakes. For example, buildings must be designed to withstand a certain level of ground shaking, and their foundations must be strong enough to resist lateral forces. In addition to building codes, Turkey has also implemented other measures to improve earthquake preparedness and response. For example, the country has developed a network of seismic monitoring stations throughout the country to detect earthquakes and provide early warning systems to alert people in the affected areas. The country also has a well-established emergency management system in place to respond to earthquakes and other natural disasters. Despite these efforts, earthquakes continue to be a significant threat to Turkey's population and infrastructure. In recent years, Turkey has experienced several earthquakes, including the one that occurred in Izmir in 2020. The earthquake had a magnitude of 7.0 and resulted in the deaths of more than 100 people. The earthquake occurred on the Aegean Sea Fault, which is located offshore and extends along the coast of Turkey and Greece. The 7.7 and 7.6 earthquakes that occurred in Pazarcık and Elbistan districts of Kahramanmaraş in February 2023 caused the most human loss the country has ever seen. According to the latest information received, the death toll has exceeded 44,000. Studies continue in the region, and it is predicted that the death toll will exceed 50,000. In conclusion, Turkey's location in a seismically active region has made it vulnerable to earthquakes throughout history. The country has experienced several devastating earthquakes that have caused loss of life and extensive damage to infrastructure. However, Turkey has also implemented several measures to mitigate earthquake risks, including earthquake-resistant building codes, seismic monitoring systems, and emergency management systems. As earthquakes continue to be a threat to the country, it is essential that these efforts continue to be improved and expanded to ensure the safety of the population and infrastructure.